Real cool dude.
Yo, what's good, real cool people? It's your boy David, the real cool dude, coming at you with another movie review. Tonight we will be reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, after the events of Captain America Civil War, we don't hear anything from Ant-Man. He's not present in Infinity War, and so we're like, what the frack? Woo! Hold up! Before we get too caught up into this review, please hook your boy up, like, and subscribe to the channel. And if you really, really like the chocolatey goodness and want to get notified anytime I post a new review, hit that notification bell. Thanks! Well, this movie answers that question. Now I can totally see what Marvel was doing when they made this movie. So I'm going to be us, the viewing public, and Marvel's going to help us out, okay? They're all gone. They're all gone. Oh, what? Thanks. There you go. See, that was Marvel giving us a tissue with this movie because we were crying about Infinity. Definitely a breath of fresh air from the events that transpired in Avengers Infinity War. I think Marvel's made it pretty clear now that Thor and Ant-Man, those are the two franchises that are going to be our comic relief in the MCU. And this movie does not disappoint. We get all of our favorite Ant-Man crew back. We get Hank. We get Hope. We get his little con man crew. I guess now ex-con crew, because they start their own security guard business. But it is definitely a fun ride. Now, I know fun is being thrown around a lot these days in regards to how people are explaining movies, but this movie genuinely is, because it is, beyond the shadow of a doubt, a comedy first. This movie is riddled with jokes. I mean, a lot of jokes. Maybe too many jokes? You know, it almost suffered from what Guardians of the Galaxy 2 did. And it was like, the minute you're starting to get into some character development, the minute you're starting to get into anything that's a little bit heavy, here's a joke for you. I mean, aside from that, everyone played their part well. We get a little more out of Michael Peña's character because he's definitely become a fan favorite. And it was a very easy transition with including Wasp in the shenanigans with Ant-Man. To be honest with you, I'm getting a bit of a Mad Max Fury Road vibe, because much like that movie was more about Furiosa, I feel like this movie is much more about Wasp and, or should I say, Hope's journey and this mission that they embark on. Now, this isn't spoiling anything, but the goal is for them to reach the quantum realm and hopefully reunite with the long-lost wife and mother. Why are you making that face, David? Well, the reason I make that face is because it didn't feel like the stakes were that high. But they're trying to find the long-lost mother. How is that not stakes? Well, because they don't really know if she's there. So if the mission fails, everything pretty much stays the same. What about the villainous ghost that we see in the trailer? Well, she's there. Oh, by the way, that actress, I forgot what other movie I've seen her in, but don't she look like a real light-skinned little mama? Like, for real. And speaking of Ghost, her power set, or power handicap, is very strange. Not in so much like, oh, that's strange, but more so in the fact that it's the rules around this ability is kind of all over the place. She can't fully control her phasing. So then wouldn't that mean she should be like falling through floors like at all times? I mean, it's an affliction that takes over her whole body. That's why she's able to phase through walls. So this chick should be like stuck halfway towards the center of the earth by now. But of course, that would damage the story. In all honesty, if her quantum phasing were to be a real thing she was dealing with, the only way she could even function in our reality is if she could float. But I'm ranting. It's not that big a deal. Let's continue. They give us some cool visuals in this movie. The biggest thing about this that I really didn't like was that there was nothing really new introduced aside from the Wasp costume, and maybe some new rules in regards to the quantum realm. It's just another Marvel film that didn't really seem to serve a heavy purpose. Meaning, in regards to its connectivity in the MCU, especially with the events that have transpired in Infinity War, they just did a thing. Overall, real cool people. This movie is fun. It's definitely fun, but it repeats a lot of the same beats from the first movie. And like I said earlier, it doesn't introduce anything new. The stakes are really low, so it's just there. And I mean, that's not to say that it's a bad movie. It's really good. I had a great time. There was a lot of laughs, a lot of good time shared while watching this movie. It's just at this point, the MCU has set the bar so high that anything below it just feels mediocre. Now, usually this is the point where I say, and that's my time, folks, but I cannot rest unless we talk about the end credits scene. Ladies and gentlemen, real cool people, this is going to be one of the rare times that within my spoiler-free review, I say, spoiler alert! Yeah, we're going to talk spoilers right about now. The end credit scene. That was what I was waiting for the entire movie. Finally tying it in to the events of Infinity War. I was so psyched when I saw them into dust because of the legendary snap. And I'm sure y'all caught it because they teed it up really nice for us to take a crack at it. Remember how they mentioned time warps in the quantum realm? And clearly, in the quantum realm, Scott, Ant-Man, is safe. So, what if, in being trapped, he decides his only escape is through a time warp, and he ends up in the 90s, where we finally get introduced to Captain Marvel. Right? Right? Marvel. Despite how mediocre I thought that movie was, y'all brought me back. Y'all brought me back, and I'm hype. I'm hype again. I'm so okay. Give me Captain Marvel. Give me the next Avengers movie. Give me Avengers 4. I need it. I need it now. And that's my time, people. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, hook your boy up with that like button. And of course, if you like all that chocolatey goodness, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And you can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Real Cool Dude, REEL Cool Dude. Y'all know the deal. Thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. Join me again, won't you? You guys are wonderful, my real cool people. As usual, it's your boy David, the Real Cool Dude. Keep it real.
Hollywood like out here living the dream. I'm the chocolate man who loves silver screens. Giving movie reviews is the thing I do, cause I'm the real cool dude.